What's up, cool people? Welcome to another live stream. How we all doing today? So, as you might be able to see in the title, we're going to be wrapping up our study of 2 Samuel today. Next book of the Bible then is 1 Kings. But yeah, I think the big thing as far as that we're gonna end up reading through and looking at is probably like kind of David's parting words of wisdom, you might say. But after that, we'll get into Kingdom Hearts 2, doing some more revisiting some of the worlds now that there's like more story at each location. And just another unrelated personal update kind of thing going on. For those of you who hadn't heard, my income situation is a little up in the air. The AI work that I was doing just like kind of stopped. Like I haven't seen a project come across that task board in a month. Maybe even a little over a month. So I've been checking out some other options. It's like I've got some savings, so I'm not too worried in the immediate future. But my schedule might have to change as a result of whatever other income source I may need to end up relying upon. But we'll see what all happens. I'll keep y'all updated as things progress there. But I don't really have too much else to say that I wouldn't want to say in the midst of doing the things that I have planned. So I guess we'll just get the early Twitch ad break out of the way, and then we'll hop on into our Bible study. But yeah, whoa, might want to switch over to the correct tab in my browser first. Oh man. Oh yeah, also another random little thing, I added a couple of other random songs to my music playlist for what I have going on in the background. And if at any point that music ends up being too loud or too quiet, let me know. I'm definitely more concerned about it being too loud. But, yeah. Aside from the whole job situation, things are just fine as far as me and my personal life and what's going on. Yeah, I also, now that I've got a way to like wire it up so I don't have to worry about, batteries dying midstream or anything, I will pretty much only be using the controller I got with my Xbox Series X. So that way I don't have to worry about the stick drift that the old wired controller had, or about any other issues that other old controllers had. But anyway, okay. So yeah, we got the last 2 chapters of 2 Samuel lined up for today's stream. Might as well just get rolling, and I'll catch us up on where things are once I start recording. Okay, so we're looking at 2 Samuel chapter 23. David had a whole bunch of crazy stuff happen throughout his life, and even specifically throughout his reign as king. And it seems like we just, in the past couple of chapters, got to where things finally settled down a bit, and you know, he was actually able to get some other things done, like, you know, finding out and solving the cause of a famine in the land, getting rid of some enemies from around Israel instead of, you know, people opposing him within Israel. And the last chapter, I think, was, you know, a song of praise to God that he made about just helping him through all these crazy circumstances. And then we get to this chapter, and as with previous chapters or sections where it mentioned it being someone's last words, this is probably also more so like parting words of wisdom, not like literally the last words they ever said. That's kind of more the way that I take it. Also, hey KH2, welcome to the stream. Boop. Hope you're doing well. So yeah. I don't think there's a whole lot of other context that needs to be considered for this. I will just go ahead and get rolling. 2 Samuel, chapter 23. Here we go. These are the last words of David. David, the son of Jesse, speaks. David, the man who was raised up so high. David, the man anointed by the God of Jacob. David, the sweet psalmist of Israel. The Spirit of the Lord speaks through me. His words are upon my tongue. The God of Israel spoke. The Rock of Israel said to me, the one who rules righteously, who rules in the fear of God, is like the light of morning at sunrise, like a morning without clouds, like the gleaming of the sun on new grass after rain. All right, pausing for a sec. Again, it says last words. I mean, it could literally be his last words, but there are other chapters coming up that will talk more about David. So, again, I think it's more appropriate to just consider these as like parting words of wisdom or instruction, guidance, or even just parting thoughts, you might say. So, anyway, he's, you know, talking a little bit about himself, who he is, as the introduction, just to make it clear that, like, hey, this is the David we're talking about. The guy who, you know, was anointed by God, as opposed to some other David. Because, you know, there were multiple people with the same name, as happens in life. And so, you know, generally the people with the same name were delineated by either, okay, this one who was remembered for such and such thing, or like, you know, the son of so-and-so and so-and-so, and... So anyway, I think this opening paragraph is kind of a shout out to God, like the previous chapter's Song of Praise was, but also saying like, hey, just so we're clear on who's writing this, or saying this. A little note there. Or the favorite subject of the songs of Israel, or favorite of the strong one of Israel. Now, the first or in the note there kind of has a similar meaning to how it reads right here. Just talking about how, like, you know, he is the author and or the subject of a lot of the Psalms, which we'll eventually get to. And if it were to read more like favorite of the strong one of Israel, that's just then pointing back more so to the previous statement about how he was anointed by God and how God clearly showed some favor on him throughout his life. as mentioned in the previous chapter, and the many things that David praised God for. And then he goes on to say that, you know, like, basically what he did throughout his life, the things that he said, you know, he sought after God in most of that, at least. That was the kind of king that he strove to be. And so, kind of also maybe suggesting that what he's saying right now is wisdom that he has gained from God and from all the times that God spoke to him and helped him and all that kind of stuff. So, still, like, all this stuff is kind of introductory. Kind of stating who he is, his credentials, and where he's even getting any of this from. But then he goes on in verse 5. He says, "Is it not my family God has chosen? Yes, he has made an everlasting covenant with me. His agreement is arranged and guaranteed in every detail. He will ensure my safety and success. But the godless are like thorns to be thrown away, for they tear the hand that touches them. One must use iron tools to chop them down. They will be totally consumed by fire." So, kind of, in a way similar to the previous paragraph, except like the flip side of it, where he's saying, hey, God made a covenant with my family, and it mentions that covenant back in, I want to say, chapter like 12 or so, like right after he's like scolded for his actions with Bathsheba and Uriah. God also still makes a covenant with David saying, hey, you are not going to die right now. In fact, I'm going to promise you, God says, I'm going to promise you that your family line will extend and continue to rule over Israel. So kind of going back to him and his relationship with God, but then also pointing out the flip side of that, where it's like, okay, but people who pay no mind to God don't listen to his words and, you know, just don't live the way that he wants us to. Those people, I mean, he describes them as like thorns to be thrown away. So, like, they hurt other people, but because they hurt other people, they have to be handled with some care and, like, you know, in order to avoid getting hurt by such a person while also, like, keeping them out of your life or even removing them from your life. Kind of like you generally want to handle thorns with some gloves on, and you got to use some decently strong tools to actually get rid of them. So that's, I guess I expected more of the chapter to be some of his parting words of wisdom, but then we'll carry on to the next section here. KH2 says, you must be firm. Right. Yeah. Firm in dealing with the godless. Those who might seek only for their own benefit, and, like, they'll do what they can to try to hurt you or manipulate you or whatever they can to take advantage of a situation or even a person. So, yeah. You have to be careful not to get hurt by them, and as part of doing so, you have to be firm in your, like, either restrictions of them or like your boundaries that you set in relation to them. But now we will move along to the next section, starting in verse 8. These are the names of David's mightiest warriors. The first was Jashobeam, the Hakmonite, who was leader of the three mightiest warriors among David's men. He once used his spear to kill 800 enemy warriors in a single battle. Next in rank among the three was Eleazar, son of Dodai, the descendant of Ahoah. Once Eleazar and David stood together against the Philistines when the entire Israelite army had fled. He killed Philistines until his hand was too tired to lift his sword, and the Lord gave him a great victory that day. The rest of the army did not return until it was time to collect the plunder. Next in rank was Shema, son of Agi? I don't know, from Harar. One time, the Philistines gathered at Lehi and attacked the Israelites in a field full of lentils. The Israelite army fled, but Shema held his ground in the middle of the field and beat back the Philistines. So the Lord brought about a great victory. Okay, I'll pause there for a sec. So, I guess as we're kind of like coming to the end of David's life, it's also kind of chronicling some details of other significant warriors, at least in this case, and some great deeds that were done throughout David's reign as king. And things that might have happened that kind of got credited to David in a way, but were also due to these mighty warriors. Some notes here. As in parallel text, 1 Chronicles 11:11, Hebrew reads, Josheb Bashebeth, the Takamonite. Okay. But I guess the translators used a cross-reference in 1 Chronicles to get this name here, but once again, we have one of those weird situations with Hebrew being a very different language, especially ancient Hebrew. So, like, there are multiple possible ways that, like, the same collection of characters might have been pronounced. Just like what we tend to think of as Joshua might have sometimes been pronounced Yeshua, which is also, like, kind of a more accurate Hebrew pronunciation of the name we tend to refer to as Jesus. But anyway, same guy, just translation note there, I guess. Note that the leader of the three, as in Greek and Latin versions, the meaning of the Hebrew is uncertain. Okay. Another translation note. 800 enemy warriors in a single battle. Note says, as in some Greek manuscripts. Again, all three of these notes have been connected back to, or connected forward to, I don't know, connected with 1 Chronicles 11:11. Meaning of the Hebrew is uncertain, though it might be rendered the three. Okay, so for this whole section here, I guess, is all the way down to that is what the note might be talking about. I don't know. It was Adino the Esnite who killed 800 men at one time. Okay. So this is saying it might have been a different person who killed the 800 men, but like, still, we're just... I don't think the names are of that much significance to us nowadays, to be honest. Just noting that there are other men who performed very great deeds of strength and battle victories and things like that. Note there, Shema, the Hebrew just says he rather than okay, but that Shema is the last guy that it referenced here, so the he would imply Shema anyway. Just a clarification, I guess, based on the grammar. Oh well. Alright, moving along to verse 13. Once during the harvest, when David was at the cave of Adullam, the Philistine army was camped in the valley of Rephaim. The three, who were among the 30, an elite group of David's fighting men, went down to meet him there. David was staying in the stronghold at the time, and a Philistine detachment had occupied the town of Bethlehem. David remarked longingly to his men, "Oh, how I would love some of that good water from the well by the gate in Bethlehem." So the three broke through the Philistine lines, drew some water from the well by the gate in Bethlehem, and brought it back to David. But he refused to drink it. Instead, he poured it out as an offering to the Lord. "The Lord forbid that I should drink this," he exclaimed. "This water is as precious as the blood of these men who risked their lives to bring it to me." So David did not drink it. These are examples of the exploits of the three. And again, just the connection of David being a leader and or king, and the fact that these men did these things during that time. Now, it might seem like a waste for David to pour out this water that the men worked so hard to get, but it sounds almost like he felt a little bit guilty that they actually went and, you know, got that for him, because he's like, all right, look, it also might be a sign in the future of like, hey, just because I say I want something, that doesn't mean I want you guys to risk your lives for this. Especially something as simple as water from a specific well. So that, to me, is the reason why he dumped it out then. Because it was, yeah, it was a sign of him valuing their lives more than, you know, a simple pleasure of some good water or anything like that. Note there, when it says the water is as precious as the blood of these men, Hebrew says, "Shall I drink the blood of these men?" See, that, okay, that hammers it home a little bit more. Because it's like saying, you guys risked your lives for me. Is this really even worth drinking? I might as well be drinking the blood of the men who risked their lives to get this for me if I drink this now. I don't care about it that much. I'll pour it out instead, just to make it clear that this kind of, you know, these kind of acts are not worth it. Okay, and now we get to, rather than just the three, you know, mightiest of the mighty, now we get to a slightly larger subsection of David's mighty men, starting in verse 18 here. Abishai, son of Zeruiah, the brother of Joab, was the leader of the 30. He once used his spear to kill 300 enemy warriors in a single battle. It was by such feats that he became as famous as the three. Abishai was the most famous of the 30, and was their commander, though he was not one of the three. There was also Benaiah, son of Jehoiada, a valiant warrior from Kabzeel. He did many heroic deeds, which included killing 2 champions of Moab. Another time, on a snowy day, he chased a lion down into a pit and killed it. Once, armed only with a club, he killed an imposing Egyptian warrior who was armed with a spear. Benaiah wrenched the spear from the Egyptian's hand and killed him with it. Deeds like these made Benaiah as famous as the 3 mightiest warriors. He was more honored than the other members of the 30, though he was not one of the 3. Sorry. And David made him captain of his bodyguard. So, yeah, similar kinds of deeds. But also Abishai, I mean, it says he was leader of the 30. I'm pretty sure there were times when he also led more troops than just that. Note there says, as in Hebrew manuscripts and Syriac version, other Hebrew manuscripts read the 3, but maybe he wound up commanding the 3 mightiest if they were in the broader section of the army that he was commanding, which, considering it was basically him and Joab most of the time, that, isn't surprising that would have happened from time to time. Oh yeah, also, as KH2 has noted earlier, yeah, a lot of this also shows the devotion of these men to David and, defending him, helping him, fighting for him. So, another reason for this stuff to be noted where it is, right after David's parting words of wisdom. Abishai was the most famous of the 30. Again, Hebrew might read the 3. Even though it says he was not one of the 3, so, it makes me wonder if 3 and 30 might have read very similarly in ancient Hebrew. But, wherever he was there, I don't think is of much consequence, especially given that he was like a commander anyway. So, note about Benaiah, or son of Jehoiada, son of Ishai. Okay, well that would just go back another generation in the family, but it might have said that instead of a valiant warrior. And then that, if it said from Kabzeel there, it might have been saying that Ishai was from Kabzeel. Note there are 2 champions. Hebrew says 2 of Ariel, which might have been a Moabite territory anyway. I just still, killed a couple of probably significant, well-known warriors. So, there were even well-known good warriors in other armies that were being defeated by these men of David. So it's not just everybody that they fought were a bunch of chumps by comparison. Okay. Then we get on to verse 24. Other members of the 30 included Asahel, Joab's brother, Elhanan, son of Dodo from Bethlehem, Shammah from Herod, Elika from Herod, Helez from Pelon, Ira, son of Ikesh from Tekoa, Abiezer from Anathoth, Sibbecai from Husha, Zalmon from Ahoa, Maharai from Netophah, I almost read that as Naphtali, Heled, son of Bana from Netophah, Ethai, son of Ribai from Gibeah in the land of Benjamin, Benaiah from Pirathon, Hurai from Nahale Gaash, Abi Albon from Araba, Asmaveth from Bahurim, Eliaba from Shalbon, sons of Jashen, Jonathan, son of Shagi from Harar, Ahiam, son of Shirar from Harar, Eliphalet, son of Ahasbai from Maka, Eliam, son of Ahithophel from Gilo, Hezro from Carmel, Perai from Arba, Igal, son of Nathan from Zobah, Benai from Gad, Zelek from Ammon, Naharai from Beeroth, the armor-bearer of Joab, son of Zeruiah, Ira from Jatir, Gareb from Jatir, and Uriah the Hittite. These were all... There were 37 in all. Sorry. Kind of misread that a little bit. Literally just breaking down the other names of mighty warriors. So it appears the 30 might not have been just 30. Because the final number down here mentions 37 in all. I mean, that would be plus the 3 from before. So that would put it at 33. Maybe if... Nah, but it says these guys were part of the 30. I don't know, whatever. It could have been one of those things where it's like... I was about to say something related to like college football divisions, but I don't know if that's necessarily the case anymore. It was, at least for a brief time, where like the Pac-10 or the Big Ten or one of those college divisions like wasn't actually, like it didn't have quite the number of teams that it said it did, because some had just recently joined and they hadn't gone through the process of officially changing the name of the division or conference or whatever it was. I don't know. But of course, these men might not all have been part of the group at the same time either, because we know Uriah died partway through David's rule as king. We also know that Asahel wound up dying fighting against Saul, actually. So... or at least Saul's army. So, some of these men might have also died partway through, so maybe there wasn't any more than 30 at a given point. I don't know. But anyway, notes are probably just going to relate to the names and the translation, or some notes about the translation thereof. So this cross-references 1 Chronicles 11:27. Hebrew reads from Palti instead of Pilon. Noted Sibbecai there. Mentions Hebrew reads Mebonai. But the Greek reads this way. Also referenced in 1 Chronicles 11:29. Noted Heled says, as in some Hebrew manuscripts, most Hebrew manuscripts read Heleb with a B rather than Heled with a D. Ithai, as in parallel text, 1 Chronicles 11:31. Hebrew reads Ittai rather than Ithai. So, yeah, just like a lot of these are just real minor differences, which could easily happen given the way that ancient Hebrew was. Hurai is read as in some Greek manuscripts. Hebrew reads Hiddai. And where he's from could be read as, or from the ravines of Gaash, rather than Nahale Gaash. Shagi, or the son of Shagi part. Hebrew reads Jonathan Shammah. Some Greek manuscripts read Jonathan, son of Shammah. Okay. Yeah. Again, more minor name change notes or name translation notes. But anyway, so yeah. We get David's words of wisdom and then a whole bunch of stuff that his mightiest warriors did and who all was part of those elite groups. But that's all we got for 2 Samuel 23. Okay. Now, how long is the next chapter? On the whole, probably a similar length. Alright, well, apologies to stream viewers if this maybe gets interrupted by ads partway through. Feel free to let me know if that ends up being the case for you. But I will continue. So, here we go. Alright, 2 Samuel 24. The last chapter of 2 Samuel. David's king, coming to the end of his life, though, it seems. So it's kind of summarizing a lot of things that happened throughout his time as king. Or even before, in a way, when he was just, like, kind of leading troops. And I don't know if there's too much else that's necessary context here. So I think I'll just dive right in. 2 Samuel 24, here we go. Once again, the anger of the Lord burned against Israel, and he caused David to harm them by taking a census. Go and count the people of Israel and Judah, the Lord told him. Now, I think there was some command previously about not taking a census. I couldn't tell you offhand exactly where that might be found. Try looking in that section that most people skip over between, like, the end of Exodus and Deuteronomy, basically. But I'm pretty sure that God didn't want censuses taken just, I guess, because of not wanting to use that as a way to impose different standards of, like, how much should be taxed from the people or different things like that. I mean, that's usually why censuses were taken throughout history, is to get a sense of how many people there are and, you know, what should be taken out as taxes, or, like, how much money should go to support different parts of a given kingdom. But anyway, because God was angry with Israel, he pushed David to do this thing that was otherwise advised against. I have no explanation for that other than it's like God was angry, and I guess this was going to be the inciting event that would then bring about some sort of punishment. I can't claim to know God's thinking on this. So, rather than try to explain it, maybe I should just continue. Okay, verse 2. So the king said to Joab and the commanders of the army, "Take a census of all the tribes of Israel, from Dan in the north to Beersheba in the south, so I may know how many people there are." But Joab replied to the king, "May the Lord your God let you live to see 100 times as many people as there are now. But why, my lord the king, do you want to do this?" But the king insisted that they take the census. So Joab and the commanders of the army went out to count the people of Israel. First they crossed the Jordan and camped at Aroer, south of the town in the valley, in the direction of Gad. Then they went on to Jazer, then to Gilead in the land of Tatim Hodshai, and to Danjan and around to Sidon. Then they came to the fortress of Tyre and all the towns of the Hivites and Canaanites. Finally, they went to Judah as far as Beersheba. So, like, Joab, prone to pushing back against David a little bit, maybe also knows that there was this command from the Lord not to take a census. I don't know, but he kind of questions David on this and is like, okay, but why? why do you want to take this census? And it tries to, you know, smooth it over by being like, what does it matter how many people there are? You know what? May you live to see 100 times as many people as there are now, whatever the count might be. Does it really matter? But then they go about the land and take the census anyway because David keeps, you know, insisting on it. Per God's prompting, it seems. Note there, commanders, it's as in the Greek version, Hebrew reads Joab the commander, rather than implying or stating that there are multiple commanders involved. So it might have only been said to Joab, but then he probably would have told other troops or even other commanders. So they went throughout the land. Note there at one of the places I had a hard time pronouncing. Greek version reads to Gilead and to Kadesh in the land of the Hittites, rather than to Gilead in the land of Tatim Hodshai, or however that's pronounced. And went south to Judah, note there, or they went to the Negev of Judah. Still Judah, either way. Oh. Okay. Next little section, starting in verse 8. Having gone through the entire land for 9 months and 20 days, they returned to Jerusalem. Joab reported the number of people to the king. There were 800,000 capable warriors in Israel who could handle the sword, and 500,000 in Judah. So, I think that's saying that there were 500,000 just in Judah, and 800,000 throughout the rest of Israel. Judah was basically the largest tribe of Israel, so it's not too far-fetched, I guess, they would have that much more. Especially when you consider things that, like, the tribe of Benjamin being fought against at one point because they were doing things wrong and causing God's wrath upon other tribes. So their numbers were significantly low at one point. But anyway, so I think this is saying in total, throughout all of Israel, including Judah, it would have been a total of like 1.3 million. And that's just the capable warriors. That's not all the population. It's not including, like, the old men, disabled people, the women, the children, any of those groups. Okay. Then we move on to the next section, starting in verse 10. But after he had taken the census, David's conscience began to bother him. And he said to the Lord, I have sinned greatly by taking this census. Please forgive my guilt, Lord, for doing this foolish thing. The next morning the word of the Lord came to the prophet Gad, who was David's seer. This was the message. Go and say to David, this is what the Lord says. I will give you 3 choices. Choose one of these punishments, and I will inflict it on you. Okay, so David realized he did wrong and, repented to God once he realized that. But there's still going to be consequences. So God has this message that Gad is going to give to David. And then we get that continued in verse 13. So Gad came to David and asked him, will you choose 3 years of famine throughout your land, 3 months of fleeing from your enemies, or 3 days of severe plague throughout your land? Think this over and decide what answer I should give the Lord who sent me. I'm in a desperate situation, David replied to Gad. But let us fall into the hands of the Lord, for his mercy is great. Do not let me fall into human hands. So the Lord sent a plague upon Israel that morning, and it lasted for 3 days. A total of 70,000 people died throughout the nation, from Dan in the north to Beersheba in the south. But as the angel was preparing to destroy Jerusalem, the Lord relented and said to the death angel, Stop! That is enough. At that moment, the angel of the Lord was by the threshing floor of Araunah the Jebusite. When David saw the angel, he said to the Lord, I am the one who has sinned and done wrong. But these people are as innocent as sheep. What have they done? Let your anger fall against me and my family. Hey, Menace for God, appreciate the follow on Twitch. Yeah, and quick shout out to some other people who followed about a week ago that I'm not sure I ever mentioned. Tortoise Gaming and Slightly Technical. Again, all the support, very much appreciated. Morning, Menace for God. How are you? I'm just about to wrap up going through 2 Samuel. Like, this is literally the last chapter. So, census was taken. David feels bad about it, but God still prompts the prophet Gad to say, okay, you're going to have David choose between 3 punishments. So the choices were, well, now let me look at this note here. Hebrew reads 7 rather than 3 years of famine. But given that the others were in 3s, it would make more sense for it to be 3. So But anyway, the choices are 3 or maybe 7 years of famine, 3 months of fleeing from Israel's enemies, or 3 days of severe plague. David winds up choosing the 3 days of plague, but it still ends up causing 70,000 deaths. Which, granted, if there were 1.3 million capable warriors, probably multiply that at least 2 or 3 times for the total population of Israel. So it's like 70,000 isn't exactly a small amount, but it's not like absolutely... It's not like Israel was completely decimated in numbers by this. But still, the fact that 70,000 people died from a plague lasting 3 days is... It's... To use sort of the memed up phrase now that's a lot of damage. The note there, it says... Okay, it just says for the designated time, which was 3 days. Based on what Gad had said to David earlier about the plague. But David sees the angel of death, or whatever it technically is in this case, and kind of pleads with God, like, your anger should be against me, not against all these other people in Israel. I'm the one in the wrong here, not them. So, he's gone from insisting on a census, which was wrong, to feeling guilty over it, to then saying, come on, God, I'm in the wrong here. Don't be punishing everybody else for this. Even though the punishment that he chose out of the 3 was the severe plague lasting 3 days. Like, it was unlikely a severe plague would only be against David and his family. So maybe he kind of felt bad about that particular choice right then, once he saw how much damage it caused. I don't know. But yeah, 70,000 people died. And then we get to verse 18. That day Gad came to David and said to him, go up and build an altar to the Lord on the threshing floor of Araunah the Jebusite. Which, that was where the angel where the death angel wound up stopping. So, an appropriate place for this altar, depending on what it's for. So David went up to do what the Lord had commanded him. When Araunah saw the king and his men coming toward him, he came and bowed before the king with his face to the ground. Why have you come, my lord the king? Araunah asked. David replied, I have come to buy your threshing floor and to build an altar to the Lord there, so that he will stop the plague. Take it, my lord the king, and use it as you wish, Araunah said to David. Here are oxen for the burnt offering, and you can use the threshing boards and ox yokes for wood to build a fire on the altar. I will give it all to you, your majesty, and may the Lord your God accept your sacrifice. But the king replied to Araunah, No, I insist on buying it, for I will not present burnt offerings to the Lord my God that have cost me nothing. So David paid him 50 pieces of silver for the threshing floor and the oxen. David built an altar there to the Lord and sacrificed burnt offerings and peace offerings. And the Lord answered his prayer for the land, and the plague on Israel was stopped. So, whether or not the plague had officially stopped before, maybe the Lord had told the death angel stop in response to David seeing said angel and pleading with God to, stop punishing everybody else for his wrongdoing. Or maybe God knew that was about to happen in that moment. In any case, now that, the punishment had come to light and the sin, the offerings to pay for the sin of David taking a census had been done, then officially the plague was done. That might be one of those kind of, like sometimes God gives, for lack of a better phrase, windows of opportunity to people, gives them a chance to do the right thing or something else. And this window between when God told the angel to stop and when David made the offering might have been the chance for David to do the right thing, which was to make these offerings and, pay the price for the sin committed. But if he chose not to do that, then maybe the plague would have resumed. We don't know because of what David actually did stopping said plague. But it could have been one of those kinds of situations. So God tells David to build an altar. He goes, buys the land, and insists on buying it because it makes no sense for him to make an offering that doesn't cost him anything. And in a similar way, like our, if we're going to make up for or fully repent of and renounce and turn away from our sins, we can't just give God lip service or anything like that. Actions speak louder than words, as they say. And so we need, it is appropriate for us to actually give up something that is significant to us. That's in a way also even the point of just generally, giving a tithe. It was supposed to be something valuable to show your dedication to the Lord. So anyway, David buys the land for 50 pieces of silver. The note there says 50 shekels of silver. It was still of silver either way. Which might have been about 20 ounces or 570 grams in weight. But silver, pretty valuable metal. Even back then. So David builds the altar, offers the sacrifices, and then the plague stops. And that is everything for 2 Samuel chapter 24, and that wraps up the entire book. Next week, we'll get started on 1 Kings. Yep. There's still going to be a little bit more about David there, but anyway. Okay. Bible study portion of the stream is done, but, as always, feel free to continue with thoughts, comments, questions as we continue through the stream. Just that's all that I have planned as far as Bible study specifically. I will now be moving on to the planned video game portion of the stream. But I'm going to go ahead and run the next Twitch ad break to sort of have less interruption of that. So, Twitch folks, see you on the flip side of that. Meanwhile, I'll set up Kingdom Hearts 2. There we go. Pulling up the Xbox. Now, for those of you who might have missed Saturday's live stream, I did some things in between last week and this one. Man, this cord connecting the controller here feels a bit heavier than I expected. Okay, I can ditch the background music that I have going on. At least for now. Alrighty. Let me turn myself a little bit more this way. Facing the TV a bit more. Yeah, real quick. Okay, probably nothing important on here. Nope. Man. Oh, it has me there. Well, I guess that makes it obvious where I last did some things in the game. Okay. Might as well just go ahead and start recording again. I can explain what happened once that gets rolling. Okay. So, for those of you who missed stuff in between the last recording session and this one, basically I went back to some of the worlds, attempted some of the side quests and things like that. If I go into Jiminy's journal here and look at the missions, did a bunch of the, you know, odd jobs in Twilight Town. Some of them I wasn't quite able to get the actual, like, sort of goal quest thing complete. But there was a lot that I was able to do. I also did all the struggle stuff, which that actually happened in between live streams, so nobody really even saw that. I completed one of the mushroom challenges, which is... I forget if that was the first or second one that I actually wound up completing. Another thing I did was... I guess... I attempted the mushroom challenge in Hollow Bastion. Didn't get the full mission there. Haven't been back to Olympus. Haven't been back to Agrabah. Or the 100 Acre Wood. Or Atlantica. Or Halloween Town. Port Royal I did go back to. And did the mushroom challenge there. Or at least attempted it. Didn't complete it, though. Can't even remember what exactly that was supposed to be. Hey, King Sora on YouTube. Welcome to the stream. How are you? Did the light cycle thing in Space Paranoids. Completed the mushroom challenge in the Land of Dragons. And then, yeah, that's pretty much what I did in between recording sessions. Maybe a little bit of Gummy Ship stuff, too. But, okay. Lest I get too far out of order with the battle levels and that kind of stuff, I'm gonna go back to Beast's Castle now. Jake, hello. I'm doing alright today. How are you? Alright, we're gonna get into Beast's Castle here.
I hope tonight goes well.
So do I. But I wonder why he's so nervous.
The master does have his shy side, you know.
So, they're all dressed up for something special. Hey there. Donald's just looking around. No Heartless and no nobodies. I think they're close, though. Better watch out. And just immediately right here. What are you so mad about? Why are you here? The Nobody's World has to be out there somewhere. We're looking for a way in.
Tonight is very important.
Oh, maybe we came at a bad time.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Donald!
Donald, you better not be going to interrupt them or anything like that. No, he's probably just gonna, like, spy on them, if anything.
Now then, monsieur, mademoiselle, please enjoy the evening. And of course, our honored guests are welcome too.
A welcome indeed.
The organization!
You don't know when to quit.
Oh yeah? Well, show ya.
Get out!
Not tonight.
I've come to take something you hold very dear. Yes, let your anger glow.
Beast, we have to get rid of these guys first.
I guess I might as well have Beast in the party for this battle. Defeat all the nobodies.
Yeah, Beast!
Get out!
Yeah. Light!
And okay, that's it right there. Simple enough. Where's Belle? Over here. Phew, she's okay. Guess Zaldin didn't take anything after all. Also, Beast is suddenly out of his fancy clothes. Anyway. What's wrong? What else would Beast possibly hold very dear? Belle? What's with them? Maybe Belle isn't the only thing precious to the Beast. Come on. Or maybe that was more like a, come on, let's go see. It's probably more so what it was. Anyway, also... Etron? Anyway, on YouTube. Welcome. Hope you're doing well today. Jake, appreciate the lurk, and yeah, like... of course, Zaldin had to come in and crash the party. Oh, jeez. Alright, well, fine. Jeez, did you have to carry him all the way over there, Goofy? Like, holy cow. Ouch. Aha. I reflect your attacks. Okay, I probably want to go to the west wing. I would figure that's where Beast is headed. Because the next thing that comes to my mind as far as something that is precious to the Beast would be the rose. Oh, come on, really? How did that not... I don't know, whatever. Nice. Okay. Continuing this way. There's a couple more enemies before we get to the next room. I appreciate the fact that that reaction command can pretty much just be spammed until the enemy's dead. Most of the time, anyway. Oh, hello. I gotta say, this playthrough has made me feel like previous times when I would try to just save up the drive forms and limits and stuff for, like, only the major battles. Feels like I was doing it all wrong with that approach. Jeez, these hammer guys can be quite annoying. Alrighty. Into the beast room.
What's wrong? Please, calm down.
Calm down? You just had to have a party, didn't you? Don't you see what's happened?
Hey, what's with you?
The rose. My rose.
What? That? He took it?
But surely you can find another rose.
Silence! You don't know anything!
That's not fair, Beast. Don't take it out on Belle. It's not like she stole it.
I'm sorry,
You don't have to apologize.
but
Belle, Sora, I want you to leave the castle. Look at me. Look. This is what I am. When you first got here, I tried to change. But I was only fooling myself. I can't be any different. I'll always be a beast. So I should live like a beast. With no one alone. Goodbye, Belle.
you can't mean that.
Oh, I think his mind's all made up.
Yeah. Look, Belle, leave this to us. If we can get the Beast's rose back, he'll calm down.
Poor child. How could it have come to this? And that we're so looking forward to this evening. Now, no need to be so sad. Once the rose is back safely, this will all be over. What's so special about one rose, anyway? If the master can love and be loved in return, the spell will be broken. We'll all be human again. Yeah, you told us. But there's a time limit. He must find his true love before the last petal falls from that rose. Ah, but that is not all. Over time, caring for that rose has become a cherished part of the Master's daily life. It's as though all his hopes and dreams are tied to that single bloom. Poor beast. Then we have to get it back. Please do. We can't without the beast, though. If it's that important to him, he's got to do it himself. By the way, I know the trick with forms and the drive gauge and whatnot. I'm trying not to specifically wait for what seems like the best moments to use them. I've done that too many times in previous playthroughs, and it has wound up with me doing a whole bunch of specifically form level grinding at the end. Okay, where to go? Where to go? It's back to the ballroom, maybe? Alright. Ready to go into a form, just cuz. Yep, okay. MP also seems to kind of recover a bit quicker when I'm in wisdom form. Okay, so maybe not here. Did not get that in time to do the full swing reaction. Ah, more enemies. Okay. I'm probably supposed to go outside the other way. I don't know what prompted me to go back to the ballroom. I even tried to block there, but I was too early. Okay. That enemy can get a little annoying. Strength increased. Okay. Maybe now it'll just let me leave this room and I can go the direction I was probably actually supposed to go. After a little more fighting. Nice. I am so glad I added Reflect to the shortcut menu. Wait, yeah, there we go. A little too late for that one. I also need to get a little bit better at integrating the X button into my combos. Because then I can, you know, A, launch the enemies up into the air, and then once they are in the air, do a little more damage, while they're in the air. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was thinking I should save. Let me go back inside and get to a save point. Okay, I'm gonna ignore you for the moment. Save point. Yeah. Just to make sure that I'm not gonna potentially end up losing a bunch of progress. Not that I figure I would, but I don't know. Precautionary measures. Okay, now back outside. And I think I'm gonna skip any enemies that come through here. Don't think it's gonna open. Really? So that's... So maybe I was supposed to go to the East Wing then and talk to Belle? Because it wasn't the ballroom, it wasn't outside. Yeah, these are nobodies. I'll use Valor Form instead. Or be forced to use this form instead. Did you go back? Oh, was I supposed to go back and talk to the beast? True, it did say that he was needed for this. I should have thought of that. But I did not. Okay, so... Scratch all those ideas that I had. It always seems weird to me when it kicks you out of a room, but then wants you to go back to that room to progress things. Alright, I'm gonna skip battling these guys. Donald and Goofy are getting rid of a couple of them for me anyway. Alright. Trying to not waste any more time. And of course I could have saved right here. Ah, and there's an absent silhouette there for Marluxia. Yeah, not gonna do that.
Hey, Beast!
Appreciate the tip, Jake.
Leave me alone.
Come on, you need to hear this. You used to be fearless. You would have given your life to save Belle. Don't you know what that meant to us? You gave us all courage. Maybe you should have kept some for yourself. I mean, are you really gonna throw your happiness away? The rose is your only hope, isn't it? Well, it's the only hope for Cogsworth and the others, too. So don't throw away your last chance. Remember what it was like before Belle lived here? See? You can't give up. Not now.
I know one thing.
What?
This castle belongs to me. Zaldin will never be welcome here.
You got the Rumbling Rose. Has great strength, allowing finishing combo moves to be unleashed successively. But yeah, still think I'm gonna have Goofy in the party instead of Beast. So I might take just a second to see about that Keyblade, and if it, well, I definitely want to have Oathkeeper as the main one. Maybe instead of air combo boost for Valor Form, I'll give that the Rumbling Rose with finishing plus. That seems like a good idea. Also, wait, Follow the Wind has draw, which does help with gathering the drive orbs, so that also kind of makes some sense. Yeah, I'll leave those as they are. Saving again. Okay, maybe now I'm supposed to go outside the castle. Maybe should have done Donald's limit, but meh, whatever. This enemy right here is actually one of the more annoying ones, especially at this phase of the game. Hey, thanks for healing me, Donald. Much appreciated. Doggone it. I was trying to get to that one enemy to do the reaction command that would have probably gotten rid of it. But no. Totally could have just done the one reaction command to get rid of that guy. Oh well. Somewhat. Well, maybe not a wasted limit, but one that was not able to live up to its full potential. Okay. That was kind of a waste of reflect there. Oh well. I'm pretty sure I don't have either of these forms at max level yet. No. Valor form's the highest, and it still has at least another level to go. Wisdom form is one behind that. Oh, I totally could be doing Master Form with all the drive orbs that are dropping. Nope. Okay, maybe I wasn't too early on that. I thought I was a little too early. Actually, there. Now Goofy's not, like, almost gone. Yeah, really should have thought about using Master Form with all these drive orbs appearing. Oh, especially the ones that come from these statues? Jeez. No, not drive. Limit. Duck Flare. Well, okay. Hey, here we go. Another scene.
Beast, you came after all. You had me worried. I was afraid you'd given up for good.
What do you guys really want?
Kingdom Hearts. When Kingdom Hearts is ours, we can exist fully and completely. So you see, Beast, that's why we need your Heartless and your Nobody.
Okay, well, Master Form in this situation doesn't make a ton of sense, because I would not be getting any leveling out of this. I wouldn't end up leveling Master Form from this. These guys don't drop drive orbs. Ow. They do drop MP, though.
Take this. Back off. It's over.
Of course, it wants to make absolutely sure that you get introduced to these guys before fighting Zaldin, because that'll be a pretty important thing to make use of. That reaction command. Okay, I'm gonna need OBS to stop dropping frames, please. At least for a little while. Ugh, really? Alright, you know what, fine. I can get drive orbs from these guys. Hey, there we go. There's one level for it. I mean, not just from that. I had done a little bit of level. I'd used it once or twice previously.
Huh?
Is that? Look! It's the rose!
Bell!
Well, now he's got both. Both the Rose and Belle, I mean.
You! Get out of my castle now!
With pleasure. But I'd rather travel light. What shall I leave behind? Belle or the rose?
Bell!
Good one, Belle.
She looks kind of happy with that. One of the battles in this game that people tend to kind of struggle with, at least, you know, out of the basic like not super boss kind of battles or anything like that. Half the trouble though is the lack of realization that you gotta do the whole learn thing. I definitely hit the learn thing there, though. I'm also going to save my MP for using Cure now. Oh, come on. That was a perfectly timed block that I had before. Okay, hold up. Oh, and then there's this combo that is... Ugh. I even used jump twice there. Oh, come on. Really? Also, why did my MP heal so slowly? Oh, hello. Bruh, what? See, I definitely didn't have that thing with Mickey happen most times when I played the original version of the game. Oh my gosh, come on. Let me do some stuff. There we go. Finally. Also, Reflect Element has been powered up. Nice. Glad I didn't have to redo that one. So, thanks, Mickey.
Here, it's yours again.
Belle?
I know. You want me to leave the castle.
What matters is, you weren't hurt by Zaldin. You're safe. And, I'm very grateful to you for bringing the rose back to me. Thank you.
It's the least I could do. You've been good to me, and you didn't have to be.
Listen, Belle.
Yes?
Say it.
Go on.
Come on.
You can do it. We have confidence.
Don't be bashful now.
Belle, I'd like you to stay with me, please.
I will.
Maestro, music.
Well, not quite the way they had planned out their little ballroom party thing.
Hey, did you see the look on Belle's face when she grabbed that rose?
Huh?
Yup, she sure was having fun, all right.
She is rather unique, isn't she?
Always ready for a little adventure. The two of them do seem made for each other.
Yeah, they sure do.
And there we go. There's our story for Beast Castle the second time around.
It's that weird reading from before. See? I knew it wasn't a glitch. Yeah, but it's still all cloudy and kind of fuzzy. Well, we know one thing for sure. What's that? Whenever Sora, Donald, and Goofy go out and help folks, the reading gets stronger.
Gee, I wonder why.
Hey, Sora, we're gonna try to find out more about this reading.
And while we do, you fellas just keep on questing.
We really are counting on you guys.
Alrighty. So that's level 39, I think. Based on battle level, that's the next one I'm supposed to go to. Yeah, because Agrabah's 40 and Halloween Town is 41. But that will probably be in the next episode recording thing, because yeah, if I get started on another, then I'll probably finish that with like an awkward amount of time left, and I'd rather just leave it there. And my webcam wasn't there for that last little bit. No big deal. Okay, let me check Jiminy's journal here. Holy cow! Why do all of them have new things? What? Okay, we got Secret Ansem Report 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're missing 3 and any of the ones after 7 that may or may not exist. Zaldin, yeah. Supposedly number 3 in the organization, but he gone now. Also, 3 entries for the Beast? Like, okay, why? Like, I get having a separate one for the different outfit, but why are there 2 with him having the same outfit? I don't know. Also a second entry for Zaldin. Maybe that's just adding extra stuff relative to the story. Yeah, the Dragoon nobody. that basically teaches you a crucial mechanic of the battle against Zaldin. Definitely don't have all the pieces from anywhere yet. No, speaking of Zaldin, I got a piece with his face in it. Don't know where it goes, but it's there. Maps. We got the last one for Beast's Castle. Missions. Oh, there's probably going to be a mission in Beast's Castle now about the absent silhouette. Also another mushroom challenge. I would guess that's probably going to be like outside in the courtyard. Okay, that took care of a bunch of the stuff that was showing up as new. Story done. Album done. So, yeah, other than the pieces and the... Hold up, why aren't the character links done in Beast Castle? I don't know. Anyway. Okay. I'm gonna save that there. I think just given the timing of things and the fact that I kind of have to use the bathroom a little bit, I'm gonna take a slight break. Go ahead and run the next set of Twitch ads, and then I'll be back in a little bit, and we will continue with more Kingdom Hearts 2. Probably, yeah, definitely in Olympus. So, Twitch peeps, I'll see you in a little bit. Oh, man.
Changing my life and I won't look back ever again. Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headaches stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab? A slippery surface, a heart attack. And sometimes you just gotta believe. There's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need. What you need. We're broken, it's tragic. We're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic. Believe you could have it. And I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness of all that is blackness.
Okay, I'm back. Okay. And hopefully OBS will cooperate and not drop a crap ton of frames. Like, seriously, it was fine all through the Bible study stuff. I don't know. I will press on and hope that it doesn't continue to be, or that it doesn't get absolutely terrible. Okay. Back to the game. Alrighty. So, just finished up Beast's Castle. Did get a little help from Mickey in that battle against Zaldin. But I think that was like the first battle in the entire game. Or at least that wasn't like some sort of optional thing or a super boss that I wound up needing anything like that for. Anywho, we're gonna go back to Olympus now. See what's new.
Hey.
Herc, you feeling any better?
Well, same routine. Wonder Boy here thinks his hero days are over. And Phil thinks it's all in his head.
Gosh, Herc, we know you're a hero.
That's right. Blunder Boy. How could you mope on a momentous day like today? The Underdrome's back, and you are gonna fill the stands. After all, your fans won't settle for anything less than a certified hero. I mean, if you're not up to it, you could always just, I don't know, lose.
I bet you'd like that.
Excuse me? Hey, I'm not a selfish guy. I'm not like those high and mighty snobs up on Olympus. I stand for the masses, and have I got a massive idea. The games, ladies and gentlemen, are back. Yours truly, Hades, the one and only Lord of the Dead, brings you the Ultimate Games to celebrate the reopening of the Ultimate Coliseum. We'll finally answer the age-old question, who deserves the title Ultimate Hero? These games are gonna settle the debate once and for all. The winner reigns supreme. Of what? You guessed it, the Hades Cup! And I assure you that the great Hercules will be there, otherwise... you'll never see your girlfriend again.
Lowlife.
You're too kind, kid.
I'm handling registration for the Hades Cup. Don't go to panic for that one. Yeah, it's a great way to spend some time. Yeah, but this one's a little more than just an on-the-side competition. Pretty sure this one's a little less optional. I don't know, that seems like a double negative kind of situation going on there. A little more important. So, I guess that's where we go and what we do. Who do we face first? Let's see. It's Spin Strike. Look, Arin's in the tournament too. Uh-oh, we might have to fight him in the finals. I bet he's a real hero, huh? Well, I don't think he's a bad guy. But you're the only hero around here, Hercules. You know that. Everybody's like, stop saying you're a wash-up. Okie day. Sweet, I can do forms and stuff.
Yeah, let's go.
And I chose Master Form because of this guy. because he gives drive orbs. Hopefully those ones count. How'd it go out there, champ? Hold up. Facecam was partially blocking that. Anyway. I'm just not what I used to be. Sorry to drag you down, guys. Don't throw in the towel yet, Herc. We need you in the semifinals. Oh, that's it? That's all that is gonna happen there? Okay. Pull it up. Yeah, I realized a bit late that I should have been using Master Form in Beast's Castle, because there were plenty of drive orbs dropping there. Anything new to buy here? No. Hand over some synthesis stuff and got a defense boost. Which I will promptly use after I check these abilities. Auto Master. Meh. Don't care too much about that. Defender might be nice. In fact, out of all these, that's probably the one I would go for. Donald also has auto healing. Restores HP while replaced with Hang on. Defense boost on Sora. AP boost on Sora. Yeah, okay. Anyway. Yeah. I'm not gonna forget Duck Flare. Next are the Hades Cup semifinals. Try not to lose too quickly. We're at the semifinals. Against Bad Alert. Are they any good? Sounds like they're bad. Air quote. But we can't chicken out now. Another guy that drops drive orbs. Of course it has to be focused on the other enemies first. That was not difficult at all. Jake's like, no, not Bad Alert. However, will you make it? We made it to the finals. If we win, we'll all be heroes. Oh, that's why you're so happy. We can't stay junior heroes forever, you know. I'll try not to mess things up. Enough already. Look, over there. He's our final opponent, right? Auron. Mysterious red cloudy thing surrounding him. And you are? Huh? Auron? I must defeat you and atone for my crimes. Hey! What was that all about? Yeah, clearly something's wrong with him. As they see him going that way. And I'm still in Master Form. Alright, well. Let me continue that way, see if I can level it up any further.
Okay, let's review. State your crime, prisoner.
I exist. That is my crime. It is inexcusable.
Ooh, good. Very good.
What's wrong with Auron? He's never acted that way before.
Shh. Okay, so you made one lousy mistake. You exist. But hey, I'm a forgiving guy. You keep your end of our little deal, and I'm willing to overlook a transgression or two.
I understand. Defeat Hercules.
And his meddling friends.
What? No. Only Hercules.
Oh, don't tell me you've forgotten who's in charge. Oh. Hercules and the other three. Are we clear?
We're clear, Hades.
Lord Hades?
Lord Hades.
Good. Now go.
So that's how he's controlling Orin.
What a jerk. He'd probably think that was a compliment. I can't stand seeing Orin do that low life's bidding. We've got to help him. Come on, let's go after him. After Orin? Yeah. Stop. Or not.
What's wrong, Sora?
Oh, Orin's in trouble. It's like Hades brainwashed him.
He's using some kind of a statue.
You know something? That sounds kind of familiar. Hades may be using the statue to hold Orin's free will hostage.
What do we do?
See if you can find that statue. It's gotta be somewhere in the underworld.
Right. I'm on it.
Tell me you're not thinking of leaving. You've got a match coming up.
I'll fight Orin in the final. One-on-one.
Oh, you will?
I'll draw things out to buy you time.
But...
Just hurry back. I know you can do it.
Congratulations. You've got a deal.
Thanks.
On one condition. The Keyblader here and his trusty friends have to meet the winner in one final clash. What do you say?
That'll drive the crowd wild.
It better. I promised the crowd the event of their afterlives. Yes.
Meanwhile, Pain and Panic are doing their thing.
You know, for me, the rest is smooth sailing.
Seems like they're really happy that the Underdrome is open and they can do all this stuff. Alright, so I would think I need to go in this direction. If I am, you know, to approach Hades. These guys don't give drive orbs. I don't think any of these guys do.
Give me strength.
But oh well. Ow. Forgot I can't really stand still too long down here.
Donald.
Yeah, on the whole, this area definitely does not seem like it's as good for leveling Master Form as Beast's Castle was.
Back off. This is it. Take this.
So yeah, I'm clearly not forgetting about Duck Flare. The whole going back and forth between forms and limits really just has me tearing through the enemies so much quicker. Okay. On to the next room.
Now that is entertainment.
These guys don't give drive orbs, so I'm gonna go with wisdom form instead. Get that leveled up a bit more, maybe. Or at least work on leveling it up more.
Thunder! Yeah.
I mean, look, last time I played Kingdom Hearts 2 was like 20 years ago. Can you really blame me for, you know, not using some more efficient tactics? I also just, for whatever reason, really had a habit of playing games super cautiously back then. Okay. We're in Hades' chamber.
It is not too late. Let us turn back. But where is the sense in all this? There must be another way. Your deaths will mean nothing. You must live.
Flashback to
I get it. This is what belongs in
some of Orin's memories.
Or she must have had a pretty rough life.
Yeah, but in the end, that's really what made him stronger.
Let's give it back.
Nobodies? Where did they come from?
Yeah, it's been all heartless in the underworld here up until this point. Oh, there's more. Alright, fine. Duck Flare. Yeah, no, Duck Flare is just a good limit to use, and limits are a good quick way to use up MP, so I can recover the drive gauge quicker. To answer your question, Jake, I do think at least some of those memories are from the events of Final Fantasy X.
Not what I had in mind, but I'll take it.
We better skedaddle.
Alright, we got Orin's statue. So now I'm gonna save. Jake says Duck Flare was buffed in Final Mix. Even more useful. Ah, Hercules must be screaming for mercy by now. What? Did you come to see Hercules lose too? Sure. We totally want to see him lose and not help him out. Really simultaneously helping both him and Orin.
Now, finish him!
Orin!
So the fact that he does that with one hand is kind of impressive.
Sora. Donald. Goofy.
Why those little... Ugh. Prisoner, what happened to our mutual agreement? I can give you a clean slate, but you gotta work with me.
Maybe you didn't hear me. This is my story, and you're not part of it.
That's it! This game is over. I've played by the rules so far. Okay, I confess. I was hoping Wonder Boy would lose, but it was still a fair fight. Come on. Is that really so wrong? Huh?
Really, a fair fight.
Laugh, laugh, laugh all you want. Because the laughing is about to stop. You want to know why? Because now we're going to play by my rules.
Meg!
Hercules!
Hey, I warned
You
you right
did
at the
kind of
get-go.
threaten Meg.
You don't compete, you lose the girl.
No! Meg! Hang on!
Looks like Wonder Boy has dropped out of the stand.
Well, you've still got us to deal with.
Oh, yeah. This is gonna be good.
Just for thematic reasons, I feel like having Orin in. Even though that will probably limit my ability to utilize certain forms and such.
Take that.
So yeah, I can't damage him right now.
Take that. That all you got? Feel the heat. Feel the heat. Feel the heat.
Hey, go ahead, keep shooting those fireballs at me.
We can't win.
Because it's his underworld.
Gee, then how do we beat him?
I think a true hero should be able to help.
But you...
I owe you one, Hades. I didn't hesitate to give my life for Meg's, and then I remembered. A true hero is measured by the strength of his heart.
Jake says, I don't want to feel the heat, though.
I'll never forget that again.
Just no more crazy stunts.
People always do crazy things when they're in love.
What is so funny, you imbeciles? How dare you get a happy ending? How dare you?
Yeah, how dare we?
That's it. You won't stop a true hero. You won't stop a true hero. I'm on fire! You won't stop a true hero. That's it.
Well, most of the end of that isn't going to do much.
You won't stop a true hero.
Yeah, like I can't use Valor form right now. I can do limit form.
Let's go.
I'm on fire! You won't stop a true hero.
This is it. Give you strength. Take this.
That's it. You won't stop a true hero. How's this for you? That all you got? You won't stop a true hero. How's this for you? You won't stop a true hero. I'm on fire! That's it. How's this for you? Take that. I'm on fire! That's it. Back off.
Good grief, he changed back quickly. But as long as I'm able to get some damage in here and there, I suppose it's not really a big deal. Ouch. Alright, I'm a heal this time.
You won't stop a true hero. Is that all you got? You won't stop a true hero. Is that all you got? Is that all you got?
Of course, it's right when the spheres go away that he decides to make himself invincible.
Is that all you got?
Man, if he catches me with that in the middle of a combo, there's like no hope of getting out of that. Oh well. Got Magnet Burst and increased HP. And other stuff for other characters.
It's not over yet. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What you gonna do now?
I lived my life defending others. But now, there's no one left to protect. Maybe it's time I shaped my own story.
Yeah, you deserve it, Orin. After everything you've been through.
I suppose I should thank you.
Not at all.
Fine.
I mean, sure, you could thank us a little.
You should say what you mean. I guess I could spare a few words. Thanks for meddling.
Hey, what's that mean?
Okay, I gotta say, Orin, with a little smirk on his face, looks about as awkward as, like, freaking Bill Belichick when he smiles. Anyway. Guardian Soul has great strength, increasing the amount of damage dealt from reaction commands by 50%. That's, pretty big thing.
Thanks again, guys. You're the best.
Excuse us for wondering.
Oh, sounds like somebody's feathers are a little ruffled. I'm kidding. Thank you, Sora, Donald, Goofy.
So where are you guys headed next?
You know. You two lovebirds seem to be getting along just fine without us hanging around.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Uh-huh. Before we start meddling. Yep.
Right.
Are you turkeys trying to put me out of a job? If you keep acing every challenge, champ, who am I gonna train?
Aw, you can't abandon me now, Phil. I gotta be at the top of my game in case Hades shows up again.
Hey, are we true heroes yet?
Yeah. Come on, Phil. How about it?
Let me see now. Well, you're not wise enough. Not quite seasoned enough.
Okay, we get the hint.
Look, kid, it's not my call.
Sorry.
Course if it was, you'd have no problem. I'd make you all heroes in a heartbeat.
Really?
Say it again.
On second thought, if those are your hero faces, you still got a lot of work to do.
What do you mean?
Go away.
Phil!
Leave me alone.
See that?
Well, what do you know?
Well, if there's any more obvious a sign, I don't know what it is. A new episode was added. Probably just another tournament thing. But maybe we'll have a quick look-see at it. Also, probably gonna swap Orin out of the party now.
Goofy! Come on!
Oh, yeah, and I'll save. So you can sign up for a tournament here, enter as many times as you want. Yeah, so have yet to hit the high score mission for the Pain and Panic Cup, but also, oh geez, the Titan Cup. Solo fight using Sora. Can use summons alone. Okay. Certainly gives me an excuse to use those summons that I have been neglecting all this time. Sure, why not? Just for funsies. Can Sora also still use Limit Form? But I guess the focus is more on the summons here. Alright, let's see if I can figure out the genie one. I thought I had it.
Take the move!
Yeah. This is it. Use this.
Genie, over and out.
Seems like it went okay, I guess. Anywho, EF on YouTube, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well, and yes, I am actually a Christian. Hold up. Do I lose points if I get hit? So that might be the main issue with me completing this. There we go. Yep, I lose points if I get hit. That's lovely. Stitch. Oh yeah, Stitch just kind of hangs around and is passive until you use the Ohana thing. Which there's absolutely no rush to use.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah.
Stitch.
Take this. Back off.
I really need to get the combo off on one of these guys. So I can do this.
Yeah, take this.
Stitch also apparently refills your MP. Okay. Well then I have no problem with healing right now. Ouch. Okay, Berserk. Okay, maybe I can't block that. Berserk. Again. Yes, please. Yeah, these guys are kind of tough any other way you try and fight them. And because I was in the middle of doing that, I never wound up getting to use Ohana. And jump. Okay, jumping isn't enough there. No, not limit. Let me go ahead and heal. Let me go back to Genie. What exactly is Wisdom Genie like? Kind of like that one, not gonna lie. I guess the main problem is just how quickly he goes away. I guess one of these times I should try using Peter Pan just to see. Oh, come on. Are you? Oh, I lost too many points. That's the problem. I was like, what? How did I lose? Yeah. Okay, so, yeah, that's how the Titan Cup works. I feel like I've still got a little time in my normal bit of recording. So, perhaps it's about time well, I guess I could go back to the 100 Acre Wood. I'm like, it's either there or Atlantica, probably. More places popping up from the torn pages that we've recovered. Yeah, the thing most people get hung up on when using Genie's summon is, like, actually going further down in the command list. You get so used to pretty much just spamming A and Y, or if you're on PlayStation, X and triangle.
Oh, did it appear? Come on. Eeyore, Pooh, are you okay? Gosh, that's too bad, Eeyore. After all that work.
No matter. Most likely would have fallen down anyway.
Well, I'll help you fix your house, Eeyore.
Oh, hello there, Piglet. Thanks for offering. Wouldn't want to spoil your fun day, though.
Well, hello, Piglet. And hello, somebody I don't know.
Pooh, this is Eeyore. You know Eeyore, don't you?
I do?
What could have happened to him?
Oh, I have an idea. Maybe Pooh's tummy is so rumbly that it's making him forget. If we bring him some honey, he's sure to remember.
Well, I guess it's worth a try.
Might work, but probably not.
First, we gotta find some honey.
If honey's what you're looking for, I know just the place. Follow me.
And I'm just realizing there was... I might have missed some puzzle pieces that I could have gotten before. Like, not here, but like back in Olympus. Maybe even back in Beast Castle. Daylight puzzle piece. Mailbox reads rabbit.
Splendid, just splendid.
This is the place I told you about.
Wow, look at that.
How yummy for my tummy.
But doesn't that honey belong to someone?
Yeah. Oh no. My honey. Pooh, did you eat all my honey? Oh, hello. It's nice to meet you. What did you say? Is that for me too? Just takes it out of his hands. Oh, I was sure I'd found a safe place for it too. Sorry, it's our fault. We brought Pooh here. Oh, hello, Sora. It's good to see you again. Same here. We really are sorry. It's quite alright. I know Pooh can't be stopped once he gets hungry. Once he gets this hungry. Pardon me, somebody I don't know. Is there any more? Are you feeling alright, Pooh? Could you really have forgotten all about me? What on earth is going on? Is there more, honey? You see, my tummy's rumbly. That's it. He's so hungry he can't remember a thing. Well, that's the second person that proposed that theory. Oh, we thought that too. Then let's stuff this bear full of honey. I wouldn't get my hopes up. But I thought Pooh ate all your honey, Rabbit. Oh, I've got more. Must have emergency rations, but I hid them a bit too well. Did you now? Head for the finish line, but look out for obstacles. Press and hold X to move left and right quickly. Press Y after hitting an obstacle to rescue Pooh, or Pooh will continue to lose health. Game is over when Pooh has run out of HP. Gopher will help Sora with an obstacle one time. Okay. We literally hop out of the book? At least out of the pages of the book? There was a thing there I should have grabbed. Oh well. This makes absolutely no sense. Okay, that's to get a help from Gopher. And there we go.
There now, Pooh. Have just as much as you'd like.
Why, thank you. Pardon me, kind somebody, but do you know where I might find another smackerel or two of honey?
Oh.
My tummy seems to be telling me there's some honey right in there. Mother, I'm stuck.
He still doesn't remember. What in the world has gotten into Pooh Bear?
Whatever it is, we better help him.
Oh, yes, and quickly, too.
No stuff and fluff.
1, 2, 3. You're okay now, Pooh.
Well, I wouldn't be so sure of that if I were you. Why, just look at him. He doesn't even remember who I am. Perhaps it's all this blustery wind, or maybe he's actually needs more honey, or he's sleepwalking and dreaming.
Well, if I am dreaming, which I suppose I could be. I hope that I get to the part where you invite me to lunch again very soon, Rabbit.
That's right, you're always stopping by for lunch. Wait, Pooh, you called me Rabbit.
Well, of course, Rabbit.
What about Eeyore? And do you remember Eeyore too, Pooh?
Oh, hello there, Eeyore. It's ever so nice to see you today.
There's
Thanks for noticing.
no idea. There's no clue given as to what
And hello to you too,
prompted,
somebody I don't know.
Pooh remembering any of this.
Well, at least you remember Rabbit and Eeyore now.
If he had landed on his head after flying through the air like that, it would have made a little more sense. But, oh well. There's probably one more page I could do. I mean, I've got enough time for another page, probably.
Hi.
Well, hello, Sora.
Yes, hello there, somebody I don't know.
Eeyore told me Pooh wasn't quite himself. I thought this might be just what the poor dear needed.
Yeah, I hope it'll make Pooh better.
Stickers are wonderful things. The top's a minute of rubber, the bottom's a minute of springs. A present for me? Why, presents are what Tiggers like best, and it's not even my birthday.
But Tigger, that's not for you.
Wait, Tigger!
Dude, why did she just hold it out like that the whole time?
Come on, let's go after him. Okay.
Also, Pooh seems to kind of have the manners of like a 5-year-old. At least some of the time. Also, like, no ability to pick up on context clues. Insists on calling Sora and others he doesn't remember somebody I don't know, even when he has just heard their names. Like, really? You're saying Pooh even forgot about me? Yes, Tigger. That bottle you thought was a present was medicine to make Pooh better. Who needs medicine? Why, some Tiggerific bouncing will jog his memory for sure. Well, Pooh? That looks like fun. Somebody I don't know. Nothing, huh? Of course. We all gotta bounce together. That'll do the trick. Pop the target number of balloons before time runs out. Time your jump on the trampoline by pressing Y at the right time for a special jump. Time your bounce on the balloons in the same manner. Boing. And when you come back later, it'll let you keep going beyond just 10 balloons.
I bet you remember me now, don't you, Buddy Bear? Well, I remember that bouncing always makes me hungry. All that bouncing and he still doesn't remember me. Well, then I guess bouncing's not the answer. It makes a Tigger almost never want to bounce again.
Please be careful with that.
Oh, sorry, little piglet, but Pooh not remembering me has me confused. I don't even feel like bouncing.
No, but Tigger, I always thought that bouncing was what Tiggers did best.
Pooh boy, you remember me. You do remember your old buddy Tigger after all. That's great.
I wonder who that is. Oh well.
I assume this is.
Perhaps I'll remember tomorrow.
I assume this is Pooh having a dream. And just their way of, like, visually representing that. Okay, that was pretty quick. I don't think I have any more torn pages. Nope. Okay. Well, I could go back and redo those games another time. For now, I think that's enough. And I'll stop recording. And I think I'll wrap up the stream too. But, yeah, I'll, in between recording sessions or something like that, probably end up, going back to do those and see what all I might have missed in Beast Castle and Olympus. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for you today. Speaking of tummies being rumbly, mine's getting a little like that too. So, I hope you all enjoyed the stream. I hope everybody's doing well, and hopefully I will see y'all sometime soon for either another stream or maybe some YouTube videos in between streams. But, hang on. Okay. Talk to you later, Jake. Yeah. Trying to figure out who to raid. I see we got somebody doing a subathon. Let's go check them out. Okay. So yeah, that's going to do it for me. And until the next time I see y'all, stay cool, people.